हेलो एवरीवन। तो आज हम बात करेंगे कृषिवाल फूड्स के बारे में। एक अच्छा बिजनेस मॉडल है एंड आई थिंक यू ऑल शुड लुक इनटू दिस। और कृषिवाल फूड्स में तो दो ब्रांड्स है। इट इज़ हैविंग टू ब्रांड्स, वन इज़ ऑफ नट्स एंड ड्राई फ्रूट्स एंड द अदर वन इज़ आइसक्रीम, मेल्ट एंड मेलो आइसक्रीम। तो ये दो चीज़ें बेचता है। और इसकी स्ट्रैटेजी ये है कि जो कैश फ्लो आता है इसको, रेगुलर कैश फ्लो दैट कम्स फ्रॉम द fruit, the nut business, dry fruit business, and the normal nuts what you get। तो ये पैक्ड में जो नट्स होते हैं उसको पैक करता है। एंड यू नो दोस टेस्टी स्पाइसी नट्स व्हाट यू गेट जनरली, यू नो हल्दीराम्स एंड ऑल दीज प्रोडक्ट्स जो होते हैं, उसके जो आप नट्स लेते हो, यू नो यू बाय दैट फॉर नॉर्मल स्नैकिंग। तो वो कृषिवाल करता है। एंड द एडवांटेज इज दैट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर प्रेफरिंग पैक्ड फूड नाउ। ये लूज पैकेट में लेने से अच्छा दे प्रेफर ब्रांडेड पैकेट में जो आपको नट्स मिलते हैं वो। सो दैट इज वॉट इज यू नो गेनिंग ट्रैक्शन। तो यही है, अनऑर्गेनाइज टू ऑर्गेनाइज का जो थीम है ये यहाँ पे भी प्ले कर रहा है। एंड द फ्रूट, ड्राई फ्रूट एंड नट मार्केट इज़ वेरी बिग। दैट इज़ ऑलमोस्ट 45,000 crore। तो ये इतना स्कोप है अब इंडिया में। एंड दे आर ट्राइंग टू टैप इनटू दिस कृषिवाल। एंड इफ यू लुक एट आइसक्रीम मेल्ट एंड मेलो, उसका जो मार्केट का पोटेंशियल है दैट इज 1.5 lakh crore, एंड दे हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड डूइंग दिस। तो आइसक्रीम में हाई मार्जिन मिलता है। सो द होल आइडिया इज टू यू नो कीप इंक्रीजिंग दिस सेल्स ऑफ आइसक्रीम। वो बढ़ाते जाए और फिर उससे एक उनको अच्छा एक रेवेन्यू मिक्स होता है। तो स्टेबिलिटी इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द फ्रूट एंड नट बिजनेस, वहाँ से उनको कैश फ्लो मिलेगा। एंड दैट कैश फ्लो you know helps to run the business and also expand, and they will expand into this ice cream wala segment also, so that they keep getting high margin. So very good business model and it is working for them। दोनों में बहुत अच्छा scope है। Now if I talk about outlets, there are about 34,000 outlets for ice cream and about 11,000 outlets for uh, fruit and nut वाला जो इनका business है उसके लिए। And they are expanding rapidly also। They are starting this franchise model, FOCO model जिसको बोलते हैं। तो फ्रेंचाइज ऑपरेटर, फ्रेंचाइज ओन्ड एंड कंपनी ऑपरेटेड। तो कंपनी ऑपरेट करेगी बट द फ्रेंचाइज यू नो इज गोइंग टू ओन दैट, दैट इज द फोको मॉडल। और ये आइसक्रीम बिजनेस के लिए दे आर गोइंग टू यूज। सो दे डोंट वांट एनीवन एल्स टू रन द बिजनेस, क्योंकि फिर यू नो द ब्रांड का क्वालिटी एंड दे हैव गॉट सर्टेन प्रोसीजर्स एंड process to sell a product, so they don't want to you know they don't want to fiddle with that। तो इस वजह से वो क्या करेंगे, they will make sure that they only run that, and only the investment part would be done by the franchise owner। so works well for the organization, मतलब इनके लिए बहुत अच्छा है कृषिवाल के लिए। and guidance what they're giving is 50%, and I think that is the catch here। and if they can keep doing this, you know then you can have a lot of money made here, because फिर ये बहुत अच्छा रिटर्न दे सकता है। इसका बेस भी बहुत छोटा है। इट्स अ स्मॉल कंपनी, इट्स अ स्मॉल कैप, यू नो लेस देन 1,000 crores उसका मार्केट कैप है। एंड इट इज गोइंग टू डू वेल। अनदर kind of this business is HOAC Foods, that is also into this food industry। you know it sells branded atta, and then you know other products like spices, so that is also in the food category। now I like this businesses because you know consumption का play है, it is very easy, we all are going to buy this। तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा advantage आता है। now you look at the regions in which Krishival is operating, then you will have Goa, Maharashtra, Andhra, Karnataka। So these kind of states, South में वो expand करने के लिए दिख रहा है, and it is getting good acceptance। And if you compare with HOAC, the only issue is that HOAC foods जो है वो एक SME stock है। Again you have that liquidity का issue, you're not very flexible if something does not work out, है ना। तो we don't take a business for granted कि ये बना देगा। अगर management ने बोल दिया तो it is also doing similar kind of growth। 40-50% का HOAC करता है, एक्चुअली इट इज डूइंग मोर, बट देन यू नो दे फील दैट दे कैन डू एटलीस्ट दैट मच। तो उतना ग्रोथ उन्होंने बोला है, बट देन अगेन द प्रॉब्लम इज फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी। इफ द एग्जीक्यूशन इज नॉट ऑन you know on track, then फिर you will have to cut the position, otherwise you cannot just stay there, the stock will just fall। so that is what it is becomes a problem in this SME वाले space में। so I would prefer Krishival over HOAC फूड, अनलेस यू हैव गॉट अ वेरी बिग पोर्टफोलियो एंड यू डोंट माइंड। ठीक है, बहुत बड़ा पोर्टफोलियो और उसका मे बी इट इज 0.01% और लेस देन 1%, मतलब 0.5% का अगर एलोकेशन हो जाता, देन यू कैन एटलीस्ट थिंक फॉर HOC फूड. Again, that is my perspective. Liquidity is very important. So Krishival looks very good. 50% का growth engine बोल रहा है, and then they've just started this business. को ग्रोथ फेज में अभी अभी लेकर आए हैं. देव रिसेंटली एक्वायर्ड, आई थिंक 2 years बैक, ये मेल्ट एंड मेलो का आइसक्रीम का उन्होंने एक्विजिशन किया, और वहाँ से उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया ग्रो करना. एंड दे ऑलरेडी हैड दिस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इन प्लेस फॉर दिस मेल्ट एंड मेलो आइसक्रीम, सो didn't have to start from the scratch. So that is the whole story. And all this guidance and whatever details I have given, it is as per the latest con call. Abhi Q1 का result आना बाकी है, and because of a little bit of volatility, the stocks down by some 20%, but then again, that is normal, ये तो होता रहता है. But I think valuation also looks good. Valuation का मतलब यही है कि it is not very expensive, अभी भी वहीं पर है. And with the amount of potential Krishival has, I think it can do wonders for you. अगर ये चल जाता है तो बहुत पैसा बना सकता है. Of course, it's not a recommendation, but then you can look at these kind of businesses, the quality growth businesses that I always talk about. तो अगर बॉर भी होता है तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, because it is going to keep selling its ice cream, it is going to keep selling its fruit and nut business. जो हो रहा है वो होता रहेगा, people will keep consuming, and that is the simple logic. You don't have to make it very complicated. एक ऐसा business ढूंढना है जो simple है, जो पैसा बना सकता है in every condition. And if the quarters are good, the stock has no choice rather than going up. कोई choice नहीं होता stock के पास. ऐसे कभी नहीं होगा कि because of some situation like this, the stock market is not going to perform. हाँ, if you're just looking at the index, then definitely the index may not fire, but then the index is not the whole stock market. Index is only few stocks. ठीक है, निफ्टी 50 में सिर्फ 50 stocks होते हैं. तो you have to be very picky, and you have to be very good at selecting stocks. If you are a mediocre stock investor जिसको पढ़ना नहीं है, वो कुछ मतलब रिसर्च नहीं कर सकता, then obviously you're going to have a hard time. Now a lot of people, after knowing this, companies which I give out, at least if they go out and read, they will understand as to what I mean to say. Otherwise, you just ignore it, and then you just go on doing what you are doing, so फिर it becomes very difficult to make money. So the best people will always make money. That is how it is. So if you read, you will make money, and multibaggers never will fall onto your lap. आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. You will have to go out there and keep trying, and the more you try, the luckier you will get. That is the truth in the stock market also. So yes, you will find these kind of bets. बहुत सारे businesses है, and I'm telling you, even after reading so much, you will miss a lot of businesses, because you cannot track everything. But I'll tell you this, that a lot of opportunities are there, probably more than you can even cover. So yes, I think India is in a very good shape, especially the mid and small cap space. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे businesses है where you can just buy them and keep tracking them and make a lot of money. Exciting times. And look at Krishival Foods, and I think it is a promising player. अभी तो ऐसा ही लग रहा है. Of course, it has to keep doing what it has said in the con call. वो execution करना पड़ेगा, and then we'll have to keep tracking. So let's see, we'll see how the results come in Q1 उसके, और फिर देखते हैं. Obviously it is listed on the stock exchange NSE BSE, so you can just buy one stock, two stock, five stocks, or 10 stocks. You don't have to buy a lot, unlike HOC food. So that is the advantage, and you can be very flexible. Take a small position, see how it goes, and then you can always increase your allocation as the time passes. If the execution keeps getting better, you can keep buying more of a stock. ऐसे ही करना. You don't put all your money at once, and you don't become a gambler here. So we are doing equity research, and there is a method to this. You always buy a stock as it goes up. Slowly you accumulate it, and then you keep increasing your allocation, and you make money. No one is sitting with a crystal ball. किसे नहीं पता कि ये stock पर अगर आप इतना लगा दो तो फिर इतना बन जाएगा. All those people who just write these posts, that 1 lakh invested in this stock would have become this much. I mean, you cannot just do that. You cannot play blind here. Markets change every day. World is changing every day. So your only option is to keep reading, keep tracking, and hope that the execution happens. That is what I hope. So I am the most optimistic person when I buy a stock. लेकिन अगर नहीं होता है, then you need to accept the reality, come out of that business, and move to some other business that is doing what it says. So walking the talk is very important, and I think this is what it is. So look at Krishival Foods, a great promising business, and I think in this consumption play, that too in India with such a small base, it has got a lot of headroom to grow. So keep reading, and you can always comment if you have any other good businesses that you want me to come here, track, and speak about that, so we can all find such kind of opportunities, so that we always know as to what is happening, and we are more aware, and we always have that watch list, so that we have our options ready when you have the capital available, so we don't have to think that time, so we can just keep allocating. And in case you exit a bad stock, you always know, bad stock in the sense execution nahi ho raha hai, or the growth just goes away, then you know where the money is to be put. You don't think that time as to what is to be done, so you're already ready with a plan. So that is how it is. You don't have time to do all these things, you have to be well prepared. So again, that is all for today, and markets look very good today. Lastly, मतलब कल जो न्यूज़ आने के बाद भी आई थिंक दे आर वेरी फर्म. So I don't think so this war is going to have a long term impact. Short term volatility is what you can expect. Buy strong businesses that can weather the storm. So that is all for today. Thank you.